Steve Cooper, welcome to Nottingham Forest. How does it feel to be here?
Proud, privileged, honoured. Great football club, steeped in tradition and history that everybody knows about. So it's a real honour to be here. It's a real honour to be here. It's happened very quick, a few days. But ever since there was a chance of joining, it was just a real intention to get here as quick as I can.
You come here with experience of the Championship, a 2-year spell with Swansea. What do you make of the division?
Oh, it offers everything. As we know, it's relentless, it's harsh, it's unique, it's exciting, it's great to be part of, and game in, game out, weekend out, it offers something that nobody's expecting. So yeah, it's a great league to be part of, and I'm absolutely delighted to be back in amongst it, and obviously at a football club like this. Both
league games against your Swansea side were close encounters last season. Yeah. What did you make of the Reds on those occasions?
Yeah, obviously, it's for years it's been a strong squad and full of quite big names and experience, and obviously coming to Forest is always a tough place to play because of the size of the club and the stadium, and okay, a little bit different through COVID when there was no supporters here, which is what it was when I came here. But it always offers a really tough test, and that's what they were. They were games that could have gone either way, and for me at the time they went the right way. But yeah, I know that there's been a strong squad here for a number of years, but it's very much about looking forward now and trying to progress.
It's been a tough start to the season for Forest, but I'm sure Saturday's performance gives you positives and a lot to work with.
Yeah, well, the first thing I did today when I met with the players was went over some of the brilliant things they did on the weekend, and credit to the players for that. Equal amount of credit to Reedy and Warren, the way they went about it. I watched it myself. Would have loved to be in there, but had to watch it from home live, and I was very impressed. And as I said to the boys this morning, we're not starting today just because there's a few new faces through the door. For me, we need to build on what you did on Saturday, because there was some excellent stuff from that.
You've worked with a few members of the squad before, the likes of Alex Myton, James Garner. Are you excited to see them again and work with the young group we've got here?
Oh, absolutely, and it's great to see and hear that the academy's gone back to Category 1, with Gary at the helm there, who I know as well through previous work. And rightly so. A club like this with the players that it's produced over the years, does probably constitute into being a Category 1 academy. So it's great to see that. But yeah, I know there's boys that have come through the system that are in the squad. Obviously with Brennan and Alex, are the most notable younger ones at the moment who've played regularly. Who I know both, Alex a bit more because I worked with him for a season with England, and I know Jimmy's on loan from United, but he captained an England team of mine, and have a really good relationship with him. So listen, everyone knows I believe in young players, and I like giving them opportunity, and I also believe that a thriving Championship team needs to have youth in it, as well as experience and lots of other things, but I definitely think it needs to have some youth in it, and we're lucky here that we've got some talented boys.
In terms of style of play, obviously you'll have your own philosophy, but the thing about the Championship, it's important to be adaptable as well, isn't it?
I think it's important to be adaptable, but I think it's also important to have a plan of how you want to play. I think you need to do both. I'm very clear about how I want the team to play. I've done it all of my career. Obviously a lot of that was spent in youth development, where we sort of demanded creative and attacking and football, and fundamentally that's what I believe in. But I also know that not just in the Championship, but any competitive game, that you need to do the other side well as well. So in the end, if it goes well, I want our team to be dominating with the ball. I'd rather us be in possession than out of possession. And we'll have a clear way of trying to make that happen. Easier said than done, because of, like you said, what the league offers, and the times we will have to adapt. But we you know, I want us to be playing good football, exciting football, with a team in a fashion that the supporters can be proud of and can associate with, you know, because I know the numbers of supporters that come through the turnstiles. I saw the support sort of in the background. I can hear the support at Huddersfield. Speaking to some of the staff and players today, they said how much they dominated the stadium on the weekend. So we've got to give them more of that, you know, and it's down to us to do it. So so that will certainly be the aim.
You took your first session with the squad this morning. From your point of view, it must have been just brilliant to be back out on the grass.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean that's what I am. I'm a football coach, and I like leading sessions on the grass. I've done it all my life. So you know, I've missed it for a little bit. So yeah, getting the boots back on today and trying to plan and deliver a session as best as I could was exciting for me, because that's where my passion lies. But at the same time, loved what the players did. Loved the enthusiasm that they showed for training, and the level of ability that they've shown. There's some really good players there. There's some really good players there, and we've just got to make sure they know how good they are. Because if we do that, then why can't we be successful? Certainly what I'll be aiming for.
Looking at your own personal ambition and determination, what would success at Nottingham Forest look like for you?
Well, it's not about my personal success. That's one thing I want to be very clear about. You know, I just said to the staff and the players, is like myself and some of the other new guys that are joining, we are joining your football club. You know, it's not about changing for me or anybody else that's new. You know, this club is big, you know, and the greater good of the football club, it will always be the most important thing to me. So that will be the aim of doing well for the club. Listen, any club in the Championship know that there's a league above that we're all trying to get to, and for sure, you know, that's what we're going to be doing, you know, and it might be steps, it's progression. Who knows how long it will take, but we'll always be striving to get there. And in the end, I'm a winner, you know. And okay, I'll be very clear about how I want the team to play. I'll be very clear about how I expect the team to behave, if you like, in terms of the values and the principles and the work ethic. But we want to put that all together to be successful. Because as I keep saying, this club is a big one, and we need to live up to that.
No midweek game this week in the Championship, but a few days for you to get some messages across to the players. Yeah, I mean, and that has been a little bit of a different challenge for me, a new challenge in terms of joining a team and a club where, you know, the season's already started and you're going into. You're right, there's no game this week, but we go into a 3-game week before the international break. So yeah, I mean, listen, we're not going to solve everything on the grass in the first couple of days, but we can start as we mean to go on. And if today was anything to go by, then, you know, we've made a good start to the week, which, as I go back to, has been built on what the lads did with really on the weekend, which was really, really positive. Your first game this weekend will be against Millwall at the City Ground, a big game to look forward to. Yeah, and a tough game, of course. You know, Gary's been there a while now, so is very much embedded or the team's embedded in what he wants to do. So it's a game that we need to be ready for, like everybody else. But I think it's more about what we bring to the game, especially at home, especially on last week's performance, especially on what I'm seeing in training this week, and also in and around the training ground. I see a real positivity. So we need to make sure that our focus is very much on what we bring to the game. But like any game in the Championship, you know, it's going to be tough and there's going to be things you have to contend with. But we have to match that and then make sure that we're at our best. And for yourself, walking out the tunnel for the first time as Nottingham Forest manager, seeing a packed out City Ground, I'm sure that will mean a lot to you.
It'll mean an awful lot. You know, I have been here over the years, sort of scouting, and I mean, I've also been to a game this season. I did a little bit of scouting for the FA while I was off. So I've been to a home game right at the start of the season, and I know I keep mentioning it, but the numbers are big, you know, and the noise is loud, and the crowd are passionate. You can see that they're behind the team. So it'll be an honour to be part of it. But I have to say, my overriding emotion will be do the best job possible, you know, because I understand the responsibility and the accountability that I hold in this position, and I just really want to do right by the football club, and I'm going to give it everything I've got.
And finally, what message would you like to give to the Nottingham Forest supporters?
Well, first of all, we need to give you something to be proud of. We need to give you something that you can see that represents what this football club means, and we very much want to look forward. We want to try and create a bit of a new era built on, obviously, the history and tradition and the values of the club, but we want to look forward, and we want to be bright, we want to be modern, we want to be sort of up to date with how we play, and for me that's a really progressive game, where you're taking games to the opposition, particularly at home. If we get that right, it goes without saying that we will get the best support in the league, you know, and it's not just the numbers that come through the doors, it's the support that they bring with them, and so I think we've got to focus on doing our bit first as a set of players and staff, because we know we'll get the backing from the guys watching.